All right, so this is Vomiting Rainbows. This is a dark newscast where I'm with my buddy Joe, and on this episode, we talk about a bunch of great topics.
Yeah, window shit.
We talk about what happens on a Tinder date when you have to take a poo.
Yeah, and
we also talk about probably not the nicest subject, but you should definitely be careful when you take a lot of cold medicine before you go to bed.
Yeah, the dynamics of sleepwalking.
Right, and then we talk about a date, a wonderful date for 2 months that had some 2-year repercussions.
Mm-hmm.
So
all that and more this week on
Vomiting Rainbows. Listen and enjoy. All right.
What if our ears had to be put on?
What if our ears had to be put on first before
like we had headphones? Like ears had to be plugged in. I mean, I guess it's a hearing aid. I'm just talking about hearing aids.
I think that the best part from our previous episode is I showed one of our friends, and she said that the podcast sounded really, really good. And I was like,
the audio production quality.
No, I don't know about the audio production quality, but she said she thought we were funny, but she was just wondering what we were on.
Oh.
And I was like, wait, because Joe says things like, what if we had to put our ears on? And turn that off.
This is just a really long turn off my phone?
No, just turn it off because I can hear it.
I get what you're saying now. What if this whole show is a long play for like a don't do drugs? This is like the truth campaign.
That's what the whole thing comes down to.
Yeah.
At the very end, it's going to be like, don't do drugs.
It's going to be an M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
But I guess he doesn't give away the twist like I just did.
Yeah, that I would say that's true.
Yeah, it doesn't work as well. I feel like The Sixth Sense was good, and I feel like I actually, and this is probably going to get really bad reaction, but what's the one with Joaquin Phoenix and with the aliens? The Shyamalan film.
Oh, wasn't that
Signs?
Yeah, Signs.
I thought that was actually entertaining.
I thought that was good.
Yeah. People hate that movie.
Well, there are a lot of movies that people hate that I really like.
Those show your refined tastes.
Exactly.
Yep.
So this is Vomiting Rainbows. I think this is episode now 41.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't here for episode 40.
I listened to the beginning. It sounded great. Robbie's awesome.
Yeah, Robbie's great.
Big fan of the Rob.
And so this is a podcast where I tell you 3 stories that you know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get your reaction in a beautiful rainbow.
Mm-hmm. Of puke.
Of puke.
Yeah. The rainbow of Boff.
So, I mean, why don't we just jump right in it unless you...
jump in the rainbow of, like, the puddle that is
the puddle is...
What is at the end of a puke rainbow? Like gold is at the end of a normal rainbow?
Right.
If we were to actually vomit rainbows,
what would be at the end of it?
At the other end of the rainbow, would there be
Ben?
Ben
would be at the end of the rainbow, just sitting there getting doused in
barf
and beautiful multicolored
rainbow puke.
So
see, we've only less than 3 minutes in, and we've already solved something.
We have solved something, and then in this one we're going to learn some cool things as well.
Right.
But what we're going to first talk about is Matthew Phelps, not any relation to the other Phelps.
Or Matthew McConaughey. This is the point where Ben's going to jump up and hit the camera. Right.
I guarantee it.
That's why the camera doesn't usually go there.
Exactly. Yeah. It's on his sitting spot.
Yeah.
Okay, he is going to come over here, though. And this is also a podcast with Ben.
Right.
So he's a main figure in this, mostly... taking up space or knocking things over.
And cleaning your computer screen right now with his tail, which is pretty considerate.
He's handy in so many ways.
They got to do cat tail dusters.
Yeah.
Like, would it be an extension to the tail that could just, like, dust your counter?
There are a lot of extensions to cat stuff that are so weird.
Have you seen a duster? A tail duster?
I have seen a thing that you can put in your mouth and pretend
weird,
and pretend to lick your cat.
Come on.
I'm not kidding.
All right. That's disgusting.
Yeah, there's other ones.
Are there people listening who are like, "Oh, that's sweet"? No one's response to that is, "Who are the?" He doesn't. Ben just scratched the hell out of Doug.
Yeah. Again,
there's a response to that that's like, "I need to get this."
Yeah.
And lick my cat.
I know, but with a fake.
Is
tongue.
it like a brush?
Yeah, it's like a brush that you put in your mouth like a sucker.
And it's like the quarter machine sticky tongues, or is it like sticky like a tongue, or it's just like a comb?
It's like a comb, but in the face of like in a tongue format that you bite on like a mouth guard.
Jesus Christ!
It's weird. Somebody thought of that.
Is it a seen on TV thing?
Yeah,
it's gonna be at the Beta store. It's like a new.
It could. The thing about it is, somebody took a lot of time, and they were like, you know what I need, and you know what every cat like lover needs.
Yeah. Who's the cat on the receiving end of that? Who's the cat prototype that had to be like, oh, Christ, my owner's coming over here to lick me for 2 hours again to test this product?
I feel like...
Maybe the cat would be stoked, I guess.
I feel like that's a cat that we need to send the SPCA to check on.
Yes. the Cat Protective Services.
All right, so...
CPS.
Back to Matthew and Lauren Phelps. Matthew is 28. Lauren Phelps is 29.
Okay.
They're two geeks who live in Raleigh, North Carolina, beautiful part of the country.
Yeah, never been.
You haven't?
Never been to North Carolina. I've driven through North Carolina. I've heard nothing but wonderful things.
Wait, hold on.
Beaches.
You've never been to North Carolina, but you've driven through.
Okay,
Isn't that kind of
okay,
like...
all right. Are we gonna split hairs here, pal? Are you gonna like fine tune this thing?
I'm just saying.
It's a good point. So I've been to North Carolina. I haven't been to Raleigh.
Okay.
And I've driven through.
Okay.
But I've heard there are beautiful beaches in the North Carolinas. I think Madison's Bumgarner's from there. And I've heard Asheville is a really reasonable, cool place to live.
Yeah, they're all beautiful places.
Yeah.
So they got married. They're a happy couple. They celebrated their nuptials with a lightsaber fight to show you how geeky they are.
Got it.
All their pictures on Instagram from last year show them courting by going to lots of Star Wars things.
Mm-hmm.
They're big into the Star Wars. Also big into Back to the Future.
Nice.
Lauren is a Sunday school teacher. Matthew has a lawn care business and is an aspiring minister.
Okay.
They are religious to the core.
I could figure that one.
Those people never have issues.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
They met on Instagram.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't know many people who meet on Instagram. Have you met anyone on Instagram?
Have not.
It would be kind of challenging.
I mean, is that part of the story? Are you going to tell us how did he like did he see a picture he liked an instant messenger or vice versa?
Yeah. So
this is a part of it. Okay.
Yeah. So what he said is he was looking through a bunch of the photos, and he saw and liked one of her photos, because it was a friend's photo set, and he realized that it was a crush that on a girl from middle school.
The friend.
Yeah, he had a crush on her in middle school and just had forgotten about her.
Oh, the girl who ended up being with.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So he sent her a message, and the rest.
Is this about you?
Sorry, he.
Okay.
Sorry, maybe that.
Yeah, asking for a friend.
Right, asking for a
Wait,
friend.
Has every week one of these stories been about you?
I think
covered it.
I think the problem is most
is
of
this
that,
a band around your ankle?
Most of them end up with people in jail.
Yeah.
So I think that would be challenging.
Not all of them, dude.
Pretty much all of them. All of them.
Okay, probably true.
But except for this one.
Sure. So just to clarify, on the record, this is not you.
This is not me.
Okay.
So he sent her a message, and the rest was history. And I guess, have you ever had or gotten a RoboBuzz? You know,
wait, is that some weird sexual nerd thing?
No, do you
RoboBuzz?
Yeah.
No.
So
I have no idea what this is.
You take like Robitussin, and you drink like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Because it has this.
They're amphetamines, right?
Yeah, it's DXM or dextromethorphan.
I mean, I've definitely gotten high off of cough medicine, but not really like when I was sick, taking extra doses, feeling fantastic.
Yeah, that's
not that it's something anyone should ever do.
No, but Lil Wayne calls it sippin' syrup, and it apparently he's been abusing DXM so much that he has been having seizures from it.
Oh man!
So yeah, it can
be
be
intense stuff.
So Matthew woke up from a dream after taking Coricidin, which is from Bayer. In his dream, he he
like
had
a high dosage or just a normal dosage?
a high dosage.
Okay.
He said that
But he wasn't trying to get high. He was just
No,
sick.
he was. He
he
was.
Oh, okay.
He was sick, but he heard that if you took more, it made him feel better. So he thought,
Party geeks.
yeah, party geeks. But he was also going to bed. So.
Got it.
He then he had a dream that he had stabbed his wife to death.
Oh, God damn it.
And when he awoke, he called 911 because there was blood all over him, and there was a knife in his bed, and his wife was not moving.
Wait. In the dream or in real life?
In real life.
Of course. In fucking real life, dude.
So the 911 operator asked him to clarify what he meant by he thought he had stabbed his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, there's a knife laying in the bed, and blood is all over it. And he goes, I think I may have killed her. And he goes, is she moving? And he said, no. And then he started sobbing. He goes on to reassure the 911 operator that he doesn't have the knife near him, and he will stay away from it. He said that the blood is also all dry on him, and she still isn't moving because the operator keeps... I listened to the 911 call, and he keeps trying to... The operator says, if there's a chance she's still alive, we need to find out if she's breathing.
How could that 911 call be out there already? Because this just happened, right?
Yeah, it just happened a day ago.
So it's probably pulled down now.
No, it's there.
Because isn't this going to be a trial? Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
but
be
they release
evidence?
that.
Really?
Yeah, most of the time they do it pretty quickly. And
That's
especially
on your police scanner?
and on the site for that, it was like a Raleigh police site.
Mm-hmm.
They put all the 911 calls.
Jeez, dude.
They redact information before they put it up. But yeah, it's like public record.
This is very different from when I read the police reports from Carmel over the weekend. And literally one was, man left iPod atop car, drove away. When he returned, iPod was gone. iPad, I should say.
iPad.
Yeah, no one believed it when I said iPod.
Right. No one. So do you want to clarify the story?
No. Please
All right.
continue.
All right. So yeah, I mean that's a good story.
All right.
Can we talk more?
Okay. Let's talk more about the guy who stabbed his wife in his dream.
All right.
And I do have some personal Vicks Vapor Rub NyQuil stories I'd love to jump into.
Oh, we should
after this.
No, why don't we talk about those?
Well, I mean, are you done with the?
No. I feel like these are going to be really good.
Well, I will say this, and I don't know what's in Vicks Vapor Rub versus what's in NyQuil, and I definitely feel, here goes our live feed from Ben.
Yeah.
I definitely feel that, Vicks Vapor Rub is pretty much just menthol, right?
And there it goes.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this. So the first stories I remember doing super weird stuff in my sleep, like sleepwalking, would usually be when I was like taking Vicks Vapor Rub. Before I think I even took when I'm like 18, 19, first in college. And then I think I got a little bit older, and if I felt really, really sick, I'd take NyQuil. Don't take too many medicines when I'm sick. So the Vicks Vapor Rub, the first time I remember this happening, middle of the night, I remember having like such an important reason to do things like pick up my television screen and turn it against the wall.
Right.
I unhinged my sliding closet doors, like unhinged them from the track.
What?
And laid them against my bed. I would take my guitar out of the guitar case, walk into the living room, and set it on the couch. Like incredibly non sequitur, weird, specific movements. I would take photos off the wall and just set them face down on the ground.
Wait, Vicks Vapor.
Dude, wait.
But that stuff is just like
no,
eucalyptus.
I know.
There's nothing.
So I was pretty sensitive. Because at the time it was not anything more than that. But it would only happen when I took that. But it might have just been because I was sick and your subconscious being sick is a little off or something. But then it would start to happen again when I was older and I would take NyQuil. And I remember the exact same kind of stuff where it would be I would be standing up in my room at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Right.
Because that stuff knocks you out.
No,
much more NyQuil, right? But then I remember the moment of clarity saying I need to turn this painting around, or I need to get my basketball out of the closet and roll it down the hallway. And in that moment, it was it's so important that I do this,
right,
with no process or conclusion as to why. And then the next morning, all those things would have happened, and I woke up just completely with like, what the fuck, just what the hell, and it was something about. Again, I can't. The weird part to this story is that I can't explain why the hell that was happening with Vicks Vapor Rub, other than I'll do some googling on is there some random ingredient that has. I mean, certainly not a methamphetamine, but it makes a lot of sense then, and it relates to this story in a weird way with the NyQuil side of it, where your subconscious is activated or staying activated in some way, or maybe it's just like you're in a sound sleep, because I don't remember my dreams a lot. I did it as a kid, but not as an adult, and so those times I maybe was digging more into the subconscious because I was more tired or something. I don't know, but it's crazy.
Well, and the other thing too is, so when your body goes, DXM affects the body in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
One, I think, is like kind of a hallucinogen, but a lot of people, if you don't fully go to sleep and you have a dream, then the sleep paralysis, like your body not allowing you to react with your actions, may not kick in. So
then it's not a deep sleep.
So it's like more like sleepwalking.
Yeah.
So I'm that's obviously the defense direction that he's going, but crazy.
Well, so yeah, I mean, I guess you got to keep telling the story, but is there a part of it where you think this might be a cover for this guy, or does it sound as though
it sounds like
they checked his system after and found that he had taken a ton of this Bayer stuff? And
well, it sounds like
no one knows yet, obviously.
It's not that far along yet, but I'm sure they did some sort of blood test when he got there. The other thing too is the police released a statement basically saying here. They said that they did not. They are pursuing. The police feel like the act is not random, and they are pursuing life or death, or the death penalty. Life without parole or the death penalty. So, I mean, he went on to reassure him about the knife. He did a lot of things to me. And I listened to an FBI.
Wait, he did a lot of things to you?
No, that I thought were odd.
Oh, right.
And a bunch of those things were
more details to the story that don't add up.
Just the way that he was he hit a bunch of points. Like he was like, I stabbed my wife.
You're talking about the call.
I took a bunch of cold medicine. I don't have the weapon in my hand.
Right, versus the blood. Like audio being this crazy person who woke up next to the love of his life who's dead. You would probably, I would think 99%, if not more, would be freaked out of their minds and not logical pinpointing stuff. Probably,
I mean, you wouldn't be like, I mean, I understand that he's like, I woke up I'm in a kind of a haze. There's blood on my hands. I had taken cold medicine. But I don't think he would be saying those. Everyone reacts to trauma differently.
Sure.
It just seemed like he was very clear. Like he did very clear things, like making sure that he made them aware that the weapon was far from him and that the blood was dry.
Yeah, it seemed convenient.
It seems very regimented to like, here are the things that I need to knock out before they get here.
Yeah. Was there has anything been mentioned of a motive? Like, did they talk to friends? Were they a happy couple? Is there other things to it, or
none of her family has spoken out, and all of her friends have just basically posted online that that they're really sad at the loss of their friend. So no one's coming out and said anything, and his friends are like dead quiet.
Yeah.
That was a pun.
Oh, I
got it. All right, never mind.
I mean,
right.
Ben is watching the feed through your phone right now.
He's licking the phone.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. He might actually turn off our feed. You might want to keep an eye on the feed. You might want to check that on your phone.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Phelps attorney Joseph Cheshire says that the effects of the cold medicine taken before going to bed are certainly going to be a major part of his defense and a major part of the total inquiry. Also, they said that he being Phelps has been going through a lot of trauma, and he's still recovering with the actions that occurred that night.
How old is he?
He is 28.
Because it also would be interesting to see. It doesn't unless he hasn't taken any medicine before. You would think there might be like a history of sleepwalking or
Right.
Any kind of subconscious behavior. Or maybe he's also claiming this is the first time he ever took this medicine. I don't know if that's a part of it.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too is she had posted all these things online about how in love they were and all of this stuff. It's their first year of marriage, so it doesn't seem like something bizarre was going on. But nonetheless, the family only posted about her life tragically ending, and that they're grieving the loss, and they hope that they will be given time and space by the press. So there's a GoFundMe site for her. They've as of yesterday, they had raised $6,000 to help her family with the cost of her burial.
You know what's interesting is that I've never heard of anything like this. I'm sure it's been out there. I know, Daniel Johnston. I don't know if you've ever seen the documentary Devil versus Daniel Johnston, but he almost jumped out. I think he was sleepwalking, almost jumped out of a window, and there's been a lot of those stories. But, but nothing to the point that it was from a medicine and in a case. Though I'm not reading the dark news all the time at the same point. Maybe is that something you've heard about before? It seems like it's something that actually, with so many people taking these medicines, and if this is not complete bullshit, which it might be a bullshit alibi, but the fact, I guess for me, because I really did have that experience where my body was doing something I was completely not in control of and completely unaware of.
Right.
Now, the piece that's interesting is that I do remember in the moment I'm rotating my TV around, doing something completely illogical.
Uh-huh.
I do feel I was present in that moment, but I was making a decision based on complete absurdity. So then,
did you think? But you didn't think it was absurd in your mind when you were doing it.
In the moment, it was I didn't know why, but I had to do it.
Right.
But the why wasn't even a part of it. It was just about, this is something I need to do.
But what about?
So theoretically, that could have been anything. I mean, as freaky as that seems.
What's that thing when people have sleep rage or whatever? They or terrors. Night terrors.
Right.
So they
thrashing in bed and whatnot.
Thrashing, but attacking things in bed.
Yeah.
And stuff. It's really scary.
Yeah.
So maybe it was something kind of in that.
Yeah, it wasn't even that big of a subconscious as much as he was just twitching out of control. I mean,
but he had to go get a knife. I mean, that's the really challenging part.
Right.
If you have
it's a pretty specific thing. It wasn't just pushing something over. I mean, so was my situation, but it's not like walking and opening. There are so many levels of waking you up along the way, maybe, and having it be.
Yeah, but you hear
you
about people who go and they go make a peanut butter sandwich in the middle of the night.
Well,
because they have what is that drug? The sleeping drug.
Advil PM?
No, the prescription one.
I don't know.
Whatever that one is. That one, if you take it, one of the common things
it suggests.
No, people sleep eat all the time on it,
oh, wow.
but they will get up, go to the kitchen, make food.
Yeah.
And then they'll wake up in the morning, all this food will be out.
But so doesn't it feel like, we've all probably had friends growing up or college and whatnot that would, be peeing in a closet or be sleepwalking.
Right.
After a party. Usually maybe alcohol involved, so you're not going into deep sleep or something. But don't they feel kind of mushy?
Yeah.
They're you know what I mean? You're not going to be a strong.
Right.
You're not going to be in touch with your physicality when you're in that. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
Right.
Because I don't really know. But the sense I guess I always got from having friends do that, and even thinking about I'm in my room moving stuff around, I'm probably a high level wuss. Someone could probably push me over.
Or you could get away from them.
She's waking up and he's.
Yeah, it depends on. I think you're gonna.
I can't imagine your subconscious is an active physical thing.
Yeah, you couldn't hold them and stab them. It seems like you could attack them, but it doesn't seem like it would be something fatal.
Right.
If you're in a sleep or a trance,
that's the assumption. I have no clue. Right? Maybe your muscles don't change, but it just seems like that's the case.
I would agree.
Okay.
So anyway,
then we figured this out.
I don't think
that is not. It doesn't support his alibi, and he was guilty.
It's probably. I think more is going to come out that there was probably a issues in the relationship that she had told friends,
And then that creates motive.
And they've been together for whatever 2 years. It was like new love, and he was like crazy about her. So maybe he just lost his shit.
Dang, man.
But I don't know.
Can you date something medically that specifically? Like, could you date something to the point that they can tell 10 minutes after or before she was stabbed if he took the medicine at this point with technology, you think?
I think,
you know, so if did he take it before, did he take it after?
Right, exactly. I think they are going to, depending on what his attorney blocked or didn't block, or if they got, if they used that information that he did on the 911 call to get a warrant for his blood,
right?
Then because he could always deny it, and I'm guessing this stuff doesn't stay around your system very long,
right?
So, they might be able to and tell how much he processes in a certain amount of time,
right?
But it just depends on if they get it,
right?
So
that's a doozy, man. It's really sad. I'm sorry. I totally missed your pun earlier too.
Yeah. Well, don't worry.
That was a good one, man.
There's plenty of time for more puns.
Okay.
We'll keep it punny.
Great.
So Lauren Adderley, she's 21. Her ex-boyfriend, Mitchell Lloyd, they're from...
This is like a couple themes.
Yeah, this is all couples.
Oh, really? It is?
Yeah. So they were from Shrewsbury, UK.
Shrewsbury?
Yep.
Shrewsbury.
It sounds like a lovely place. The two were together for 2 months when he felt like he did not want to see her anymore, so they broke up. But unfortunately, Lauren was involved in an incident right after they broke up, which required Mitchell to testify for the police. Mitchell was often out on the town, and the officer said he needed to start using some restraint on his behavior before the trial, or it would reflect poorly on Lauren. So, they just didn't. I'm sure they probably just didn't want him like being drunk or disorderly,
right,
and then that making it look like he's not a valid witness to whatever occurred.
Right.
So he tried to curtail some of his drinking and things of that nature. He's 21. She's 22. He was 20. She was 21. So he continued to do this, but the police demands became more and more adamant that he needed to stop certain behaviors or they were going to fine him for those behaviors. So
who were fining him?
The police.
Oh, interesting.
And so they continued to do this, and such high restriction on his life that he felt like he had no life at all. He could no longer go out. He was no longer. He had to be back at a certain curfew.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to tell him not to be out past certain hours.
Mm-hmm. All to keep him from drinking.
All to keep him from drinking and things like that.
Yeah.
It ruined relationships. It stopped all relationships.
How long was this going on for?
2 years.
Wow.
He finally had enough. He posted one of these letters. He posted that he was being a good Samaritan, but the police cannot intervene in his life and fine him so heavily for these actions.
Right.
Because they were threatening 3,000-pound fines. So I don't know how much that.
$5 grand.
Yeah, something like that. So
45.
And he said that they were threatening him with these huge fines for these infractions just because it would look poorly on their case, and while he was just trying to be nice and help Lauren out.
Yeah.
His friends asked what was going on, so he posted one of the emails. My guess is Mitchell is not that bright of a guy. His friends immediately told him that he needed to call the police in person because he was only interacting with them via email.
What?
Yeah. So you ever had a really obsessed girlfriend?
Oh, we're not getting into these stories. No, I'm not going on the air with this one. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole, dude.
You're not going to go there?
No way.
So you're afraid she'll come back
absolutely
and,
not.
and boil your
Absolutely
bunny?
have not.
Never. That bad.
Huh?
That bad.
No.
Yeah. Dude,
No.
I can see fear in your eyes.
No.
Yeah.
I don't have any eyes.
Okay. So, yeah, well, she probably doesn't listen to the podcast, dude.
Can we move on?
Are you starting to sweat?
What?
What is going on?
Is it hot in here?
Is it? Woo.
No.
You're turning red, dude.
No, I'm not.
We're facing.
No, the color of your wall is red, so naturally the pigment of my skin
Dude, you're having trouble
goes.
Your throat is getting tight.
I have to go.
So it turns out Lauren was kind of obsessed with Mitchell. Dude, are you gonna like run out of this room? What is going on? Is she gonna jump over the wall?
Let me check my GPS. Yeah. No, there's nothing.
Yeah, I can tell there's nothing. Yeah, I can't wait to find out. We'll have a beer after this, and you'll tell me a little bit about one.
No, I don't have a liquid vault like that, dude.
Yeah. All right.
Got that locked nice and tight.
You got that nice and tight, like the dungeon she kept you in. Mitchell had been being controlled by the fake email police emails, for 2 years. And they called it a sophisticated catfishing ruse that they were surprised had controlled him for so long.
Dang, man.
But they appreciated his dedication to justice.
Oh. Wait, so how did this shake down? What happened? Like, did he...
He contacted the police, and then the police realized that this guy had been being tortured via email for 2 years.
Right, by the police.
By the police, and they don't take kindly to people impersonating the police. He said that in his victim impact statement, which he read at her sentencing, that she felt pressured and blackmailed for 2 years during the after the relationship. And at one point, the court heard how she threatened to kill herself,
Jeez, dude.
the girl, with a pair of scissors, telling him,
no
one will ever love you like I love you. Okay, let's be clear. They went out for 2 months. 2 months.
Wow.
The recorder told her, these are such seriously...
this is like The Fan. You remember that movie, The Fan?
No.
Oh, well, God, it's a long story. But it's Robert De Niro, and he basically is like...
Oh, I do.
Beating up Wesley Snipes, and the guy's like, chill out. He's like, we could have made it. We could have been pros. Like, we were 12. It's just like completely out of touch with reality.
Right.
And I mean, she's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit crazy. She says, or the recorder, I guess who's like the court reporter, said that these are such serious crimes. He could not live his life properly during the 2 years that you committed these offenses. You did that for your own benefit, matter.
Is that federal? Impersonating a police officer? That's got to be a federal offense, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But she got 9 months in jail. So she's serving her time now. And I think she also got a fine. But yeah.
And now she's like whispering between jail cells, pretending to be like a warden to the other inmates.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's go to another first date.
Yeah, all right.
You want to hear another lovely first date story? Also from the UK.
Okay. Something's going on in London these days, huh?
Well, this is in Bristol.
Oh, nice.
So Liam Smith.
That's where they have... Is that Bristol's where I think they have good cider?
I don't
know. Right? Yeah, I think they have good cider out there. No,
Yeah.
it's like a thing.
Is it?
Yeah. Bath and Bristol, I think, have like the best cider.
I think the only thing I know about Bristol is I think Jake Bugg is from there.
Yeah, there's like a legit music scene.
Yeah.
And they have like cider is way more popular than beer.
Oh,
and they're good because there's like dry ciders and stuff. They're not like all sweet. They're like legit good ciders. We drink a lot of cider out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, isn't that all things in the UK? Like everybody from the UK drinks cider.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like
I don't feel like cider was a big thing in London.
Well, it's definitely...
it was bigger than here, but it wasn't like
in
the
Ireland,
go-to.
it's like a big thing.
Cider.
Yeah.
Huh.
So Liam went on a lovely date with a girl that he met on Tinder. We will not we'll just call her Tinder Girl because they will not name her.
What did they name her? Tinder Girl?
They said girl to be remain unnamed.
Got it.
And they were watching a documentary on Scientology.
Uh-oh.
The girl then had to go to the bathroom. The fire department was called shortly after to help girl who will not be named, or Tinder Girl. You're being I like the detective part of the show, the aspect where you get to guess what occurred.
Yeah. So she's in the bathroom.
And the fire
department, not cops.
Nope.
Cops didn't come and then call fire department.
Nope.
She lit a fart on fire. She lit a turd on fire.
I will say it did have something to do with her turds.
Oh, God damn it, dude. Like, it was, her turds were flammable enough that, like, it.
I like where you're going with the fire, but,
That's probably not the right direction.
What else does the fire department do other than put out fires?
Plunge toilets?
That would be a plumber.
They get cats and dogs out of trees.
Yep.
They put out fires. They get people out of, like, small areas. She got stuck on the toilet.
She got stuck in a small area.
Oh. On the toilet?
Well, let's go into this story.
She was shitting in the sink?
So what she had done is she'd gone to the bathroom. Liam's toilet would not flush. And so being a proper girl, she did not want him to know that she had taken a dump in the toilet. So she...
Cut to Dumb and Dumber scene. Yeah.
So she decided to throw the poo out the window.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
It was a small
I have
window.
a question for you. Are there other choices at that point before you go to picking up your poop and throwing it out the window?
I mean, I think you just go outside and say, hey, your toilet won't flush. Can I borrow a plunger?
Yeah.
And then you say, don't come in.
Or you upper dog? What is it called? Top dog it?
Uh-huh.
You know what that is?
No.
Is it upper dog? You put the... God damn it.
You put the poo in the upper dog?
I don't know. Like, this is a really weird moment because I don't know right now if we're moving in a better direction than these, like, horrible death stories or much worse with this. And I think it's a better thing, so I'm just going to go with it. Yeah, the upper dog where you poop in the top part of the...
Oh.
So no one knows it's there, and it smells like shit, but it kind of always smells like shit, and it's just like, it's a horrible,
yeah, but
horrible
the problem
thing.
with upper dogging is wouldn't you still have to poop in the top first before knowing that the toilet didn't flush?
Right, but I'm
she
saying,
wasn't trying to be
at
malicious.
that point, rather than throwing it out the window, which is what she was doing,
right. Just move it from the...
She's still got to pick it up. Why wouldn't you? You would throw it out the window.
But she said she wrapped her hand in toilet paper and picked it up.
Right.
Wow.
So why not toss it out the window if you're going to put it in the top of the...
Right.
I'm
She
just
just
trying
thought it would be
to think if there's something else you could do. Like if there's
Put
a
it in
hair
the-
dryer, could
couldn't
you
you just-
dry it super fast and
No, you
like
just- wouldn't you just-
shape it into a
Just
sculpture?
put it in
and
the...
put it above.
You could put it in the sink and just wash it down the sink.
Dude, what?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a disgusting conversation. But how small are your turds that they're going to go down a sink?
Wouldn't you think, though, that it would slowly erode if you put the water on
Oh, my God. This is the worst conversation I have ever had.
it? I feel like it would.
No way. I mean,
have
dude,
to, dude.
depending. Okay, that totally depends. What did she eat? Do we know what she ate?
No. We're hoping not corn or
Like,
fiber.
if it was anything somewhat solid, because now I'm just going all in. I just screw it.
Yeah, do
my turds would not dilute at all.
Well, can we go back?
Unless it was, like a Pancho Villa kind of like lunch.
But now, if we're going all in, can we go back and talk about the girl who locked you in the closet?
No, I'm not going all in that. I'm going all in with the poop story.
Okay. I feel like that could have been an option. I mean, you couldn't throw it in the trash can.
To dilute it down the sink.
Yeah. Maybe that.
And obviously, it wouldn't have been of a structure that would be dilutable if she could pick it up with a napkin.
I don't know. Let's go to your house and try this.
No, dude. Okay, I think what we've just learned is that she did the best thing she could have done. But then what happened?
Yeah.
I don't understand. So she got stuck in the window?
So what happened is then she didn't realize that there was another window, I guess, below that had two panes. There was a two-pane window somewhere, and it got stuck between the panes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So as now we'll go.
So and was it like an apartment complex where the people below her were like,
no, I think
Charlie, there's poop between our panes.
I think think it was still somehow his
like
house.
He's sitting there reading.
I think
he's
it was
reading
like,
the paper.
I feel like it was an upper window and maybe a diagonal lower. I don't know, but anyway,
he's reading the paper and it just starts raining poop.
It didn't even rain poop. It just like got in between two panes of glass.
Yeah, but like fell down in the window. He looks over. There's window pane poop.
There's window pane poop somewhere, and we'll post a photo.
Please do.
So.
Can we put it on the profile for this episode? That'll get some good engagement.
Yeah. So the Tinder date went out, and as Liam described it, she had a panic look in her eye and then admitted what she had done. After the shock wore off.
But did she know it was stuck in the...
Yeah.
She did. Okay.
So after the shock wore off, she said that it would make the house smell, so she wanted to remove it. And he agreed. So they went upstairs, and she hung out the window tried to remove it.
Oh, my God.
But when she got a hold of it, which she did, they were unable to pull her back in. So she was...
Because she was stuck, or she was just he wasn't strong enough or something?
No, she was stuck.
In the window.
Really stuck. As even the fire department said, she was really stuck. But before...
unless this gets worse, why can't all the stories, and not with the poop side, but why can't they all be like traumatic experiences where no one dies?
Dude, this is vomiting rainbows. There's always going to be one where someone dies.
That would be like vomiting roses.
I don't know. Maybe I'll surprise you.
Okay.
You'll just never know. So after that, they called the fire department because she was stuck. They got there as quickly as possible. And then at that point, they got ready to rescue her. But first, because I guess the glass is semi-transparent, they took a photo and posted it on the Instagram for the fire.
Morally questionable.
It is morally questionable.
On the fire department's Instagram page?
Yeah.
With her likeness, like her face showing?
You couldn't see her face.
Okay.
Yeah. But you could see there was a person.
Questionable.
You could see there was a person on the other side.
You've seen this?
I've seen the photo. I'll show you. I'll post it.
Oh man.
So
that's pretty brutal.
They were able to rescue her. And then after that, Liam still had to tackle the poo problem. So he broke.
So the fire department didn't give a little bonus offer.
Nope. That was on his own.
Yeah.
So then he had to break the window, remove the poo, which now he owes his landlord £300 for the window. Jesus. So he started a GoFundMe page.
No.
And he raised, so far, as of yesterday, he raised $2,700.
That's stupid.
Or pounds.
That's dumb.
And he says any money that is over the cost of the window, he will give to the Bristol Fire Department.
Dude, that is great for the fire department. That's absurd. That people would be like, this is such an important cause. I'm gonna give. Oh, he's hit his. I want to get the stretch goal freaking prize of photo book of window shit.
At no point do I think they thought it was so important.
What, that it was going to go over?
No, that it was so important that it had to get funded. I just think that it just became viral.
Ridiculous. Oh my God. It's like everyone gave $1.
Yeah.
I'm bitter about stuff like this because it's like in the world we live in today with how many needy things there are, like people are dropping money on a stupid funny thing. Like it's the potato salad thing. I mean, part of it is like it's important to laugh in life. But holy shit, 20 grand?
20 grand.
I guess if everything over
2,700.
Oh, 2,000. Why did I think you said 20,000 pounds?
No. I think I started off to say 2,700.
Got it.
And then instead
That's
stopped.
A little bit more reasonable.
Right.
And anything over 300 pounds, go. All right, fine.
Do you want to keep ranting or?
Still not okay with it, but okay with it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like decently cool.
Okay, so
the point is, it goes to a bigger topic of like the sticky factor of things that get popular, right?
Sticky,
that you see,
like poop.
Like, yeah, nice. No, you see in everything. Like you have, I don't know, like an amazing original Beatles song and some like really weird. Okay, here's a good example that I saw recently: the Rage Against the Machine song covered on Toy Instruments
Okay.
had like, I don't know, 50 million views, and I'm like, that is such an amazing, politically charged, important song for the history of humanity, and it probably has 2 million. And I get that that's social media and that's what it is, but that stresses me out. It's a little stressful.
I mean, this was oh, by the way, he also said that while he's very busy with his dissertation, he thinks she's a wonderful girl, and
So they're working it out.
there may be another date, but he kind of said it in a way that was like, you've got a great personality.
So here's the ultimate question. Does that story get told at their wedding if it works out?
Oh, of course it does.
Unavoidable, right?
Unavoidable.
But I feel like if it's a traditional wedding, that might need to be avoided.
No.
Okay.
So you can find us at We Vomit Rainbows on all social media. Please rate, review us on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.